Democracy. Hello, YouTube. It has been a while since we watched the I Did a Thing video. I didn't even know he posted this, so let's go. I think he was just made a boat engine out of fish. So he's essentially Aquaman, right? So, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Aki.
How you going? Line fishing sucks. You sit in the sun,
That's
being
loud.
a useless idiot, most of the time catching nothing. Then when you do, it's usually something you don't want.
Any fishers in chat? Oh my god! It's a man. Wait, is this how you catch a husband? Holy, I gotta try that next time. Maybe for Canadians, it's the equivalent of ice fishing, and I can get like a very cool husband. Oh, okay, I will do that next weekend. Is that a lawyer? You fished up a lawyer.
But then I realized a fish is kind of like an engine, so I could use them as a renewable energy source.
Fish is not an
So I
engine.
will attach a bunch to the front of my boat until I have enough to never need a regular motor ever again.
You're picking up speed right now.
Any fishers in
First, I need
chat?
to work out what kind of fish I'm going to use. So I made this fish scale with a couple of different factors.
I love Japanese eel. It's so good. I know this is not Japanese eel, but I just wanted to say I like eel.
Slipperiness, easiness to catch, and resilience. And at the top of the power scale, we have the marlin, which would be the perfect fish for this experiment, as they are powerful.
That's
and
a
I would only need
swordfish?
one to pull a boat. However, men spend their whole lives trying to catch this fish, and the only thing they usually get is a lot of debt and then divorced, which I don't want to happen again.
Is this true,
Then I have
chat?
the kingfish, which are plentiful in Sydney, and I know from experience
It's a
that they
marlin.
have more than enough power.
A fish has a human name as a species name? Oh. What's a swordfish then? Clearly I do not fish. We toss elevator guy in the river. Chat, elevator guy is still in my apartment. I thought he moved out. But he's still here, so I still have a chance.
To pull you underwater, like this one that's pulling my mate. So 2 would probably be enough. But I've only ever caught them spearing, and I don't think they are going to be very good.
I didn't know underwater fishing was a thing with a spear. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm actually learning
pulling
stuff.
a boat when they have a spear through them, which leaves me with a couple more common fish. First, we have the long-finned eel, which are very resilient, very powerful, very easy to catch, but very slippery and bitey, and I cannot imagine harnessing them.
Oh my god, he's so smart! Slippery as an eel.
I also have the bonito, which fight really hard and are everywhere.
That looks like tuna.
But I know from experience
I
that they
love
also have
tuna.
very soft flesh, so they're just going to rip themselves apart in the harness, which has left me with the infamous carp.
Why is it under the table? Why is it under the table? Marlins and swordfish are two different fish. Oh, charter trips cost thousands. Really? Why? Do the fish sell for that much?
Hated by everyone in Australia for destroying our rivers and tasting horrible.
Oh.
But I think they get a bad rap, and we just don't like them because Chinese people eat them. And now they
What? Nani?
plague our waterways. And I felt their power, and also know they are extremely
I was just about to say, as a Chinese person, I was like, carbs are delicious.
resilient, while also being everywhere. So I'm going to go with them. And before I strap a bunch of them to the front of the boat, I need to find out how much one carp...
Yo, I never knew
just
how
to give me an
big they
indication
were.
I'm on the right track. And I've gone out to Para Lake, which is a very nostalgic spot for me. I wagged school and jumped off this rock with friends. I punched my first cone under this ledge. And I sucked off my first man under those lily pads.
Oh, that is so romantic. Do you guys remember where you sucked off your first man? That is so romantic.
Which is exactly where I'm going to cast. And after a couple of hours of hanging around with nothing happening, I changed spot. And nothing happened, so I changed spot again. And I did 6 hours of fishing on this day and got absolutely nothing except
That's a
some.
skill issue at that point.
So I tried again. A day later, and while fish aren't biting in real life, the sponsor of today's video, Fishing Clash, gives you an opportunity
Imagine if he goes, honey, The scam.
Opportunity to fish anywhere and anytime. Fishing Clash is a super realistic fishing game where you can compete with other players
Here
around
you go,
the world
guys.
to
Your
catch the
ultimate
biggest
fishing
and
dreams.
rarest fish. Use your skills and upgrade your lures and rods, which are much better than the ones I'm using, to catch and collect hundreds of incredible fish. They have heaps of amazing locations of fish, like
You know that Twitch mini game you can buy and put on screen fish? Like exclamation fish? I never got it because I thought people wouldn't like it, but do you guys want to fish on my channel? I know the craze is kind of dead at this point. Carps need to live some time in clean water, else they taste like dirt. Oh, I didn't know. Uber invasive and mean donated fish. Aww. Just eat them.
The event once you are level 5.
Problem
To
solved.
enter the event, go download the app and redeem my gift code FISHBOAT to receive a starter bonus and get access to my unique event. So, please don't go out line fishing. Go download Fishing Clash and play the
go
game
download
today
it now,
by
Tat.
scanning the QR code or going to the link in the description. Okay, back to boring fishing. And while I still hadn't caught an
I didn't know if carps were that big. Like the carps I eat, I don't think are that big. Like I think they fit on one plate, which is probably like a third of the size here. I just kill it and continue fishing because you don't eat it. Oh, hey, if you ever want to donate your carp to me, you can send it to my PO box. I don't even have a PO box, but I'll open one for carp.
some bogans nearby caught a big carp, so I ran over and beat him up and stole it. And after putting it back in the water,
Beat a
it
man
managed
up.
to pull 2.5 kilos on the scale, which is fantastic news. So then I hooked the scale up to the boat we're going to use and pulled it. Do you want to hop in it quickly? See how much of a big difference body weight makes. Okay, so once it's moving, the weight drops. 1.2, 1.2, I'd be very happy with that speed. This might work, Jilly. This might work. And that only requires 2 kilos of force to get it started and around a kilo to keep it moving.
Oh, okay. That fish looks alive. Hi, Liz. No wonder you stink. You got a fish in the middle. Not yet. Ray should see how a fish works on YouTube. I know how a fish works. It lives in water. You fish it out of water. You put it on a plate. Boom, dinner.
That's even with my fat mate in the boat. Which
Fat
means
mate.
if I have 5 carp, I could probably get the boat going pretty fast. Now I just need to figure out how to harness a fish, which is a surprisingly hard thing to do. At first I thought I could just clamp to their back fins, as that wouldn't obstruct their swimming motion too much. But the plastic clamps didn't clamp on.
I imagine they're super slippery. How would you do this? Like, I feel like you have to like put something in the fish, like a hook on the side, but that'll effectively kill the fish with enough time. You should cook them? Nah, not for wolves. We eat them raw.
That is slippery. And the metal clamp crushed the fish's bone and kind of made me question the ethics of all this,
Yeah.
which I don't want to think about, so I'm not going to use it. So then I thought I could make kind of a cat harness thing out of zip ties, but the fish is too mucusy. Then I tried using fabric
Mucusy.
straps and zip ties to harness behind the pectoral fin so they couldn't slip forward, and then one on the tail, which works surprisingly well.
That's good.
I mean, how is this gonna work if the fish is alive? I assume he's gonna keep the fish underwater to tie them up and stuff. Kinky, but they're going to be struggling. They're gonna be flipping and flipping fish. Yeah, I've seen this video of like carps jumping out of water and hitting someone in the face. They're very forceful. How's he gonna do that? We learned how to cook fish in one of the Oh yeah, we did. In one of the horror games. Hi, Potato. Welcome back.
Look at that. Mate, that's not a fish harness, that's a handbag.
That's a fish shop.
Cut open the top. You ready to go to the shops? Perfect.
Actually looks
Thank you.
alright. But how strong is it actually?
Oh, my heart. I know it's already
So now I need
dead,
to figure
but
out
I
the
feel
chariot,
bad
and
for
most
it.
importantly, need to figure out how to get 5 pissed off carp to swim in the same direction. And I had the idea of putting bait in front like a cartoon donkey.
I don't want that. No, go that way. Yeah, that's gross.
but I doubt the fish are going to want to eat once they've been manhandled and have a harness strapped to them.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to make chutes, so the fish can only swim forward or back, and as far as I know, fish can't swim backwards. So I got a big sewerage pipe.
Oh, my anxiety watching him do this. Oh, if he slips and hit his neck and head on the shelf behind him, he's gone.
That still smells, and then tried to work out how to stack it. And I could do it so the fish are all in the same pipe like a rail gun. So the first one accelerates the water, and then the one behind it makes it go faster and faster until I...
So like a fish centipede. Is this a horror movie? He talked about ethics. I feel like the ethics scale is rapidly decreasing. Hi, Lynn. Welcome back. He's doing everything bare feet. I know, it pisses me off. Some people really likes that shit, but I'm just like, bro, put on some steel-toed boots.
I have supersonic water, but I don't think they're going to cooperate. So instead, I'm going to cut the pipe into sections and put them alongside each other like those boats with like 8 outboard motors. So once I cut my chute out and put some carabiners in, I went out and caught exactly the same fish as before and attached the harness, which was actually easier than I thought. And here we go. Have you ever seen a man walking a fish before?
Actually, no.
Don't answer that if you have. And if this looks unethical to you, that's because it is.
Oh, okay. Well, I just said, why is this man bare feet? He's allergic to shoes. Some people, 1 in a million, are born with conditions like that. It's more prone in Australia and New Zealand. So he's born with one of those conditions.
But it only looks strange because you're not used to it. When you put a harness on a dog or a horse with scoliosis, no one cares. So I reckon we should normalize taking a fish for a walk. All right,
That
then I
fish is
attached
so
the harness
alive,
to the
Chad.
pipe, and it worked exactly as I intended. The fish swam forward and didn't bump around on the top.
The fish is alive. How? It looks so dead. Didn't he handle it out of water? You're the best. You're the best.
Or the bottom of the pipe, which means I can move on to phase 2, making the full chariot. So I just clamped the rest of the cut pipes together and put a carabiner in each, then put some noodles in to make it slightly buoyant so my
Okay, I
fish
was
don't
going to
sink.
ask, how is he going to keep that thing alive, afloat? It's gotta be a different fish. Hear me out. It could be a different. He said it's the same fish, and he would never lie in his videos. Influencers never lie in their videos, just like how they said bald eagle was not the national bird of America on TikTok.
And attached a big stick with rope so I can steer it and command the fish on where I want them to swim.
That way.
Oh, I don't think that works, bruh. You need at least 2 strings, not
Better
1.
in the water, I hope. So then I prepared some lunch
Make it go away, make it go away, make it go away, make it go away, make it go
and
away.
some bait. And then got the boys together to go catch some carp.
Oh. Hey. No. You're turning.
I hate this shit.
He's too strong for me.
I hate worms so much.
Okay, here we go.
Work together.
I hear a lot of talking, not a lot of heave-hoing.
Hey. Oh,
Why is he wearing
there's
that hat like that?
Slightly deeper section over here. Shut up and keep paddling. Right.
Yes, Captain.
And tied to this tree over here.
Why is this guy wearing the strings on his hat on his chin? Isn't it usually under your chin? I'm confused. Protein. Yeah, and like 5,000 different kinds of germs from under the dirt.
And after only a couple of minutes of having my rod in the water, I already had a big bite.
Get in there. Go through the quicksand. He's strong.
And at first we thought it was the carp, but it turns out it was that eel I showed earlier in the video.
Oh, the eel is back.
Well, you should get him. Eels are delicious.
Yes, they are so good. People wash their worms. I don't want to imagine people handling worms for 1 second longer than they have to.
Oh my god, he's so smart.
Gross.
Slippery as an eel.
But before I could decide whether I wanted to change the name of this video to how many eels does it take to pull a boat, it snapped the line.
Wait, you just have to cross it quick. Wait, you just have to cross it quickly? What? Okay.
And we
Skill
tried for
issue.
a couple of hours more.
Skill
then
issue.
finally, my mate hooked a big carp while I was off talking about fish to some fishermen.
Oh my god, he's going in all sorts of directions.
Well, you know, what with all that
What a great angle.
COVID stuff going on, and then
Oh wow.
I can start heading into the water. I used to come down here a lot with my son, but
I'm like not really
died fighting.
saying much because I don't really know anything about fishing and it doesn't interest me.
And just when Alexa was about to net it, it ripped the line. You know what? I hate
He
line
does
fishing,
have quite
sitting
the
in sun all day,
rod.
the tangled lines, having to constantly redo all
And
the
he
rigging,
knows how to
stabbing yourself
handle
with the hook,
one.
And the whole premise of randomly chucking booby traps in the water not knowing what will get caught. And after 16 hours of this, I decided I would prefer to go to an illegal underground fish market.
I was actually just going to say when they were fishing, I was like, why doesn't he just buy the carps? I feel like that is a lot more time efficient and money efficient. While fishing, those things are so annoying and slimy. Slimy, you say? Homie needs some bait casters. Is he raw dogging the fishing? Is he not using baits?
Market and purchase live fish than ever touching a rod again. But after checking out the dodgy fish market, the fish didn't really look strong enough to pull their own body
Oh,
weight.
yeah.
This Murray cod is
Oh yeah. You have to go to one of those places with huge water tanks, and the fish in there are probably sick and old and kind of tired and not that strong
meant to
anymore.
look like this. So I decided I want to go with someone a little more ethical. And after speaking to a koi farmer, he told me that carp are actually very lazy and said a better bet would be using a fish I didn't even consider on my fish scale, as they only live
Sharks.
up north, the mighty barramundi.
What the what? Oh my god.
So I did the fish
Who?
carp are actually very lazy and said a better bet would be using a fish I didn't even consider on my fish scale, as they only live up north, the mighty barramundi.
What did he say, Chad? Why does it look like that?
So I did the fish maths, and this is going to work. They're angry, strong, and most importantly,
33.
very resilient. So I bought a small barramundi just to make sure I could still harness them.
Barramundi?
They're quite different to carp. Oh, that's the perfect.
Carps are quite lazy. Interesting. Like, who's out here working fish and scaling them, rating them based on how efficient and hardworking they are?
I don't know how happy this guy's gonna be.
And then bought this giant tub.
It doesn't smell like it has water in it.
And at the moment, this container is a little too big, so I made it more
Also, just a little tidbit, Chad. At the very bottom here, right next to that white, you can't see it, but you can see his feet. You know, you see it? Do you see it? You can see the outline of his feet from a previous video.
And at the moment, this container is a little too big, so I made it more chody and cut it down and slipped it inside itself. And then I drove for a whole day up north until I got to barramundi territory. And this is my first time seeing a barra, and they are absolutely beautiful fish, but they are also a little bit intimidating.
Oh my god.
The way they
I
follow you
jumped.
and watch you at all times, and the speed at which they move, which is probably a good sign for this video. So we grabbed 5 of the biggest ones and put them in my tank, and they're actually around
Why is he zooming in on this guy's stomach? Well, as the narration goes, I grabbed the biggest ones and he zooms in on this guy's stomach. What does this guy, poor guy, do to him?
biggest ones and put them in my tank, and they're actually around 3 to 4 kilos. So combined, I should have around 20 kilos of pushing power.
Oh, wow.
You know, I've called probably every fish farmer on the east coast of Australia, and none of them would help me when I told them what I was actually doing. But for some reason, when I told them I was going to kill the fish, then they were interested.
That's just a piece straight off.
What was that with?
Barramundi?
With its mouth or with
No,
its?
with its gill cutters on the sides. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I have.
They're like razor blades.
And it's going to be a real challenge to harness the fish while avoiding their razor-sharp gill plates.
Now I'm scared.
Just
of
wear
barramundi.
gloves.
they do sound pretty terrifying. Slicing hands over.
Okay, I then somehow managed to drive an hour to the spot where we're going to launch the boat without killing the
All
fish.
right, it's happening, guys.
Just
It's
grab one and bring it
happening.
down.
Yeah.
And now that we're here and they look happy, it's time to see how many of these guys it will take to pull a boat.
Wait, he's so far from the water. Is it gonna be okay?
And this wasn't an easy process. Even though the barra are very resilient, you still don't want to chuck them straight into another body of water. So first I mixed in some seawater with their tank and left them for an hour. Then
Right,
scooped
right,
them
right.
out of their big
The salt
tank
water.
and put them in some smaller buckets, ready to be harnessed. And this is by far the most stressful thing I've ever filmed. I felt like I was disposing a bomb, a slippery, sharp fish bomb. Except instead of me dying, I have a minute to stop the fish from dying and get them in the water in time. And luckily we managed to harness all of them with minimal drama. Then I let them recover in the water for a little bit before attaching them to the boat. And this is by far the wackest thing I've ever done.
Whoa. Wait, he's actually really adept at handling the amount of water, like just tying that stuff up. Good job. It's fine when the fish's gills are wet, they can still breathe. Oh, okay. Get them used to the temperature and stuff. Yeah, well, he's being as ethical as he can. I respect that.
Done or seen anyone do. And again, if you're going to say this is unethical, there are literally people on YouTube that shoot and kill fish. So go get angry at them and not me.
I don't fish.
Alright.
You got it?
Yeah.
Let's go quickly into the water.
Let's go.
Alright, that was pretty smooth, and they were only out of the water for about a minute.
Okay, we're doing it. Yeah, they're just hanging. Hi, Fallen. Hey, how are you? Merry Christmas. It's so funny. This guy runs back. Imagine if you just see the boat starts moving out of frame. Oh my god.
And now, to my complete surprise, I seem to actually be moving.
Wait,
Not
he's-
fast, but I was definitely moving.
He's moving. Oh my god.
You're moving. Slowly, but moving.
Oh my god, fish
No,
cam.
but one fish slipped out straight away, but the other 4 picked up the slack.
That one fish said, "Peace out, bros." It's up to you now.
You're going against the wind too. If you
Oh,
were if you were facing the other
wow.
way, I reckon you'd go quicker.
Go forth, my freshwater brethrens. Well, that's
And turning
crazy.
didn't really work as well as I had imagined, and the fish kind of took me wherever they decided to go. And this definitely isn't groundbreaking innovation like I hoped, but I'm surprised I'm even moving at all.
Yeah.
The fish did slow down after like 30 seconds, but splashing the water seemed to encourage them to pick up speed again.
Yeah, you're definitely moving. You've gone a fair way. You're picking up speed right now. Yeah, you're moving pretty well now.
Spanking the water will help them move faster. I see. Spanking always works.
Come on, boys.
Giddy up! Yeah, there's someone's gonna catch that one fish that
You're doing
escaped,
well now. You're going.
and he's gonna be like, "My fish
Then
came with
another fish from
Velcro."
the top chute got out, but the bottom 3 fish was still making me move, but I still couldn't turn them at all.
Oh, another one ran away. That's insane. Okay, I feel like this is one of the few
got the
inventions that he made that actually worked as
Heading
intended.
towards the marine rescue.
Also, while watching back the footage, I noticed the tyres fell back into the water, so they were definitely increasing the drag of the boat.
Man, these 3 fish are working hard. They're swimming
you
like
were going
renters
right against the
do.
wind before. You're still moving. But you just start turning early.
And after being pulled around for 2 minutes...
I mean, I
each
think
of
it's kind of silly that he assumes he can just use one wire. I feel like he should at least use 2 so you can like tug, like release and tug the other one to kind of turn the head a little bit. But as far as like possibilities go, like things like the pedestrian catcher, things like the jumping rope to prevent rain from reaching him, Like, those were not good inventions. Like, this one's actually kind of working.
Whopping max speed of 2 kilometers an hour or 1 mile per hour.
Whoa.
The fish died or gave up.
They're not swimming.
Wait, the fish died?
One of them's come out. Wait, no, 2. 2 are missing. The top 2 fish got out.
Hang on. Yeah, they're out.
And luckily, they all got off.
How did they get out?
Oh, they all got...
I don't know, it must have slipped off the back.
Which isn't actually that bad, as at least some lucky fisherman is going to catch them and then use them to pull his boat. So there's the answer to the question. It takes 4 barramundi with a combined mass of 16 kilos to pull a boat at 2 kilometers for around 2 minutes.
That's really good.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like that,
That's
please
really
subscribe and
good.
check out my other videos.
Give him a thumbs up for that. That's actually very good.
How you going?
Hey, finally, one of the inventions that worked. Hell yeah, let's go. Easy clap, easy clap.